I look really white when I'm in the light, you know. Ah,
Minkin, you look
He's not
terrible.
wrong.
thank you. And I
He's the
get worse and
ghost
worse because
of
there's no
sumo
sun here.
past.
There's no sun here, so I'm getting whiter and whiter and whiter, and it's getting kind of embarrassing.
You picked this life.
I
You chose
did.
this.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Hello. I am JJ. That is Minkin. And we have here one of the best sumo wrestlers in the United States,
Oh,
Michael Wisham.
oh,
Applause,
y'all are
applause,
too
applause.
kind.
I mean, oh, Minkin.
I found the soundboard. I found a soundboard, so I'm using it now.
Okay, all right. I see you. I see you. So Michael Wisham, the Iron Mike. Wait, what's the nickname that people been calling you? What's the one that's been on the top? Because I heard Mr. John Jocks call you Iron Mike, and I was like, oh, that's good. But what's the one?
Ooh, it's funny you say that because every state has a different name for me. As of right now, I'm Magic Mike or Marriott Mike in Tennessee, but in Texas, I am very much Iron Mike and Marriott Mike. But in New York, I'm pretty sure they call me Magic Mike.
That makes sense for New York.
Do we have one for in California, JJ? Have you come up with one yet?
Mike Wisham.
Wait. Okay.
It's a
Okay.
good name. Your mama named you right. It's good. It's perfect.
Exactly.
You don't need to modify it. You don't need to modify it. $1 million question, Mike. What have you been doing to get ready for nationals?
Ooh, I
I've been
hate.
seeing a lot of Godzilla on your Instagram, so I'm thinking it's a whole lot of destroying shit.
Absolutely, actually, I have taken the last few months to really improve my conditioning because you've seen me since I started. I've been a powerhouse, but two things that I lacked was conditioning, more strength, and more strength. Uh, I've spent the last few months learning the fundamentals of Olympic lifting
Hmm.
from a trainer, and I recently, well, not recently, but I finally learned power cleans, hang cleans, front squats, uh, the clean and snatch, and all those things. And I have been pounding those relentlessly for the last few weeks. But my
I
biggest
do think that the front squad is going to transfer into your sumo extremely well.
it absolutely does. Because at first I was doing Zercher squats, and those helped tremendously. But then I thought after I've learned front squats, I could put more weight and train even harder. So I started doing more and more front squats. So as of now, I lift weights every day to get me in the mindset and the conditioning of Japanese sumo wrestler. I lift weights every day. I've been doing lots and lots of research on how foreigners are so dominant in weightlifting and sumo and all those things. And the only thing differently between the Americans and foreigners in general is the fact that Americans train hard Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe 4 days a week. Foreigners train every day, like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's that simple. And so I finally found a nice balance to be able to incorporate that in my training. So now I train every day without being burnt out and still being able to make improvements.
How much wrestling are you doing?
Not enough. The closest thing I have to mirroring wrestling with anybody, after I do my weightlifting and my shikos and my shiriashi and all the fundamentals, I'll go outside in my apartment parking lot and I'll put my truck in neutral and I'll practice Butsukai and Tempo on my vehicle. And I do that for about 30 minutes to sometimes an hour, depending on how I'm feeling. Uh, and I have a tractor tire. It's not the biggest tractor tire, but it's a tire. It's like 470 ish. I practice being explosive with that. Practice my beltless arm throws, things like that.
Are you practicing with your brother also?
Oh, absolutely. He has been having a blast. He's been getting so good.
Is he competing as well?
He will most likely be coming to nationals with me.
Nice.
He will be
Okay.
training with me every day leading up into nationals. After
How old is he?
he is how old is he? Oh, he's 14. He's 14.
Cool. Perfect. Perfect age. Um, so there's a missing part in your sumo resume, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong on this, but you've competed in how many nationals now?
2.
Two, and you've yet to medal. Is this correct?
Yes. I've gotten 4th and 5th in the 2.
Okay, so if like gun to my head, and this is me competing at both of those, I would have been like, oh yeah, Mike was on the podium. I know that's not true, but like in
You
my
were on the
head,
podium,
you
JJ.
belong there,
Yeah.
right? So what do you think you're missing from getting to the podium before?
Definitely. Well, for those 2 nationals, one thing I will say, my training slacked because when I first started sumo, I was of the mindset train every day, just like the foreigners, but my way of going about it was wrong. I was going balls to the wall every day. And when I would do that, it would severely interfere with my work life. For example, when I first started sumo and I would train, I go work out hour and a half, 2 hours, because I have that mindset, but
Mm.
my recovery and nutrition wasn't proper enough to be able to be up on time to go to work the next day. I would literally be late to work like 3 days a week because the night before I worked out, and I wake up the next morning, it's 10 o'clock and I got to be at work for 5. So both of those tournaments, my prep was not proper at all. But since then, I've got my nutrition and those things down pat. And now I've been able to train every day without any hindrance to my work life. So really, my issue was more so conditioning because strength wise, I'm not too far apart from anybody in middleweight, but because I didn't.
You are the strongest person in middleweight.
Well, that's
You're
up
the
for
strongest.
discussion.
Because I know this because I'm like the second strongest
Mhm.
in middleweight.
I was gonna say, well, you were the second strongest.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Somewhere in there.
But
So but that's you are the strong. I saw you grab the doyo, my black doyo, pick it up, put it in your arm, and just put it down. I've never been able to do that.
hey, that's what you asked.
Fair enough.
But as far as getting myself in the mindset of sumo, I went about it wrong from the beginning, trying to go at it like a brute. But
Mm.
I've been spending a lot of time getting my hips and legs more flexible, pounding shikos and shuriashi and all those things to maintain that low stance to be able to improve my power and technique without sacrificing my form. When I went to compete at Vegas at the Olympia and Consulates a month later, that was probably, in my opinion, some of my best technique because my mindset was fresh and ready for sumo. And I was able to apply all that I had been teaching myself up until that point. Because I think I got 3rd in light heavyweight. I only lost to Cornelius, and I had beat Jared once and then lost to him the second time, and that got me 3rd.
Mm. Mm. All right. So the is it motivating for you or is it frustrating for you not being able to podium at Worlds? But I also saw your emotional state from uh from the Olympia and from the Consulates Cup. So I saw like rich emotion. Like I think at the Olympia you cried. I'm
Oh, I
pretty sure.
absolutely did,
Okay.
man.
Okay.
Because leading up to the Olympia, that's when I had changed my training to what it is now. And once I had changed it, because it was just small changes, it was trying to find a balance between improving strength, my sumo, and all those good things at the same time. without killing myself. And once I finally found a way to marry the 3 and I got the results, I was ecstatic. I mean, ecstatic. Same thing at consulate. Like, I was very excited. When I didn't medal at Worlds, yes, it was frustrating. But the second nationals that I had competed at, I actually got sick like 2 weeks before. And that had messed me up bad. But that's one of those things that I had to get my nutrition and things properly done so I wouldn't have that problem again.
I also saw 2 different Mike Wishams at that nationals. So one Mike Wisham in the division where I don't think you were really there. You were like just kind of floating. But then I definitely pulled you aside and I was like, what the fuck are you doing, man? and then you went out and I remember like talking to you, and then I think your next match was against Danny Avila. And I was like, oh no, because you smoked him. I was like, no, that's my dude.
He is still
like, I messed up on the timing of this. But that was like a really good showing, and I saw like your sumo there. Is there a match from any of the nationals pass? So there's the 2 that you went to, where you're like, this is the make or break moment.
Make or break? I would definitely say, I don't know. I look at all tournaments like, well, not like anything. I definitely look at them all the same as an opportunity to get better. So whether I do good or not, I'm still going to find some way to improve. But watching the videos that you posted of me and Temple put me in a different mindset. And that's what a lot of my training for the last few months have been, to improve my technique, to avoid that double jumping that you hate so much. Because
God, I hate it.
I don't blame you, but I have been pounding my technique to avoid doing that. Because believe it or not, I do it out of anxiousness because I'm so eager to get in and get it over with. Especially at the Olympia, I was so excited to, demonstrate my strength. And of course, I did get first, but that's because the gap between me and them was so wide. If it was somebody like you or Edo, and I had to focus and focus on technique as opposed to being anxious, then that could have been different.
Right.
So I will definitely say those matches with Temple, because that made me realize a lot in my sumo, because I'm trying so hard to just overpower them, when if I use proper technique, it'll be a lot easier.
It was also a good way to see, because Temple is strong as hell. Like as I was breaking it down, I was like, look how strong this dude is. Like, I haven't had a match with him, but I see the way that he trains with Parham. I'm like, I can see really good like sumo from him. There's sometimes he gets a little runny, but that's kind of common in amateur sumo in the United States, because we don't practice on clay and we don't compete on clay, so you'll see a lot more of that. Is there a match from the Olympia, or not from the Olympia, from Consulates Cup, because that was definitely tougher competition from the Consulates Cup, that you're like, this is the one that makes my sumo solid?
Definitely the match with Cornelius. Cornelius is so fundamentally sound, which is no surprise, because he gets to train with big people all the time. The Florida team is huge, and that's one thing I lack with my sumo. I don't have as much experience with practicing against people, so the techniques and things that I have to develop and figure out are not going to be as polished. But since that tournament, I was able to display my new type of sumo, and it worked great. It was just a matter of, I have to keep my head in the game. I have to remember, I can't fire, stop, and hope for the best. I have to fire until it's over with. And demonstrate that match against Parham, because my new sumo now involves the same thing, charging in, staying low, but protecting my belt from the front. Because being among the shorter guys, even in middleweight, everybody has better leverage than I do by pretty good.
You legit have a 6'7" guy in your division this year?
Yes, I saw him. Yes, exactly. So even at the Olympia, there was a guy that was like 6'2". I was like, bro, who is feeding these guys?
Yeah.
And so being among the shorter people in my weight class, in fact, there were 2 people that were 6 foot at Olympia in my division. They lost to me, but that's not the point. Being on the shorter end, it helps for me to protect my belt from the inside, because getting double inside grip for me in my sumo is incredible as far as technique goes. And then when I was facing Parham, I noticed that if I get one of his arms, his strength is cut to like 2/3, maybe even half, because that's how I had got him. When he charged in, I grabbed one of his hands and put one arm behind his back to hold him, and then let go of that arm and then do a double beltless arm throw.
Do you compete for the podium yourself or something bigger?
It's at first it was just for me, but I've noticed since starting sumo, being black in sumo is definitely an eye opener for people, because they're like, why are you doing this sport? You're not Japanese. That's for other races and things like that. Those are the type of things I hear in the South. But when I ask my boss or things like that, hey, can I take some time off to go compete? At first it was like, why would you do that? You're missing money, things like that, blah, 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 blah. But because I come back almost every time with a medal or something to prove that I did fantastic, now it tells them, oh, okay, he's good at this. We should let him do that. Because initially they were skeptical about it, because every time I don't come back with a medal or a special prize, which is rare, they're like, they dog me. I mean, they dog me.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there my whole entire life.
So I have to come back with something these days.
You have to come back with something, man. You have to come back with something. Or they're like, oh, you just wasted all that time and money, huh? God. So you were talking about your day of competition and nationals. You were sick. The previous one, you're still too green. But then it sounds like you kind of turned a corner for the Consulates Cup and the Olympia. So what does that day of competition, so the precursor of that day, look like for you? So you're waking up. How do you get ready? Talk to us the ones and twos of that day. The perfect day.
The perfect day. First of all, I'm very chill and relaxed, no matter what tournament it is, because I'm not the type to be tense about anything. I'm very chill. And in fact, I hope whoever watches this in the future takes notes, because this is going to be a game changer. One thing I like to drink every morning, whether I'm training or if it's just another day, I drink water with pink Himalayan salt and baking soda. It's like an energy drink, but like times 10 without the negative effects. And one part of sumo with competing that I had to really take into serious consideration is my recovery after every tournament, because those are intense. Those are intense matches, even though they're short. And sometimes we have as many as 10 a tournament, so that's a lot. So I'm focusing on my recovery even before I even compete. So I'm hydrating to the max. But if you drink water with pink Himalayan salt and baking soda, it gives you more energy and it keeps you hydrated way.
What's your ratio?
Oh, that's a good point. I try to put it, it doesn't take much at all. Like, you can literally take this much, throw it in some water, and it makes all the difference. Just this much.
Okay. How much water?
Minimum of 16 ounces.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. That tracks. I may try that one day.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. If I end up getting diarrhea, I will curse you for the rest of your life.
I hate to say it, but you most initially you will. You will. It is going to clean you out.
I'm not trying it then. So speaking about the mental game, do you visualize the podium, or do you visualize something else on the day of the tournament? What are you visualizing?
Oh, I'm actually visualizing the matches, like every potential match. Everybody that walks in, I'm thinking, how can I get them? What do I need to do? What do I need to focus on? And I've been trying to teach myself to not do that and to stay chill, because if I try to focus too much on what I should be doing, I won't be prepared for what I have to do when the match comes. So I try to stay as relaxed as possible. That's why I train so much in the fundamentals, like a lot, so that when the time comes to have to switch between them, I don't have to think. It's just second nature. So I just
It's
focus
really
on,
important.
yeah. I only
Fundamentals.
focus
Definitely.
on getting in there and being ready, and that's it.
See, I see a lot of issues with people. They don't have the fundamentals. They look good in practice, but then when it comes to competition, they don't have the fundamentals, and then they fall apart because they don't have the fundamentals. I think that's something a lot of like newer people struggle
Mhm.
with because they're used to going against people that are also new, and it's more like a, a match of strength than a match of fundamentals and technique,
Right.
right?
I
So I think
think that's part of it. Also, I think we can't ignore the mental game to it.
oh,
Some
I mean,
people
we
are
talk about that a
absolute
lot in this
monsters in the gym,
podcast.
and they can beat the best of best people. But when the spotlight's on them, that's when they falter, right?
Hmm.
Like that's a huge factor. And I think that like we all deal with that. Minkin is probably on this chat. Minkin's the worst at sumo, but also has probably one of the best fundamentals of sumo. But he can't deal with another person in front of him. It's very strange. It's very sad and disappointing for me.
The best advice I could give people like that, one thing I've started doing is I try to make my training much more intense than actually competing,
Mhm.
because like you
Mm,
say, it's a mental game. But
yeah.
if your mind and body aren't synced and your body on its own, if your body's prepared, it's gonna do what it's gotta do. So what I've been doing as of late is I train super hard, recover super hard, so that in the event that when it's time to compete, if my mind isn't focused, my body will do what it needs to do on its own. And I've had some situations like that.
Okay.
When
I'll
people
try to keep that in
see
mind, but then it'll probably go boop every time I compete. It'll be like, but what's
it's
happening?
terrible. He's only gotten worse with time.
This is
He
true.
used to
This
be
is
better.
very, very true.
And he started like training in Japan. I was like, oh man, he's training with high school. I thought he was going to get better, and he's brought things to the club and fundamentals that I was lacking. And I was like, okay, and we've been able to bring them in, interact them, and everything's been great except for his sumo. Except for his sumo,
This
it's
is
very
true. It's not. It's
confusing.
not. It's not.
I don't understand it. It's not like he's old or anything. It's just I don't know. I don't know.
Who knows?
Mind game.
Yeah, it's the mental game. He probably practiced with me too much and got beat up, and that's
Yeah,
he's
this is true.
dealing with PTSD. When it comes to people watching your sumo, what do you think they see from you?
It's funny you say that because I've gotten a lot. That has been happening a lot recently because
Mm.
at my job, one thing you'll learn about my line of work in Louisiana, you see the same people in rotation at every job. So
Mhm.
back when I first started, I told
Your
those
line
people,
of work
hey,
is what?
scaffolding. So in Louisiana, you see the same people at every job. It's not that many new people. It's the same people. So when I started sumo and I told that group of people, hey, I'm a sumo wrestler now, they told their friends, and their friends told their friends, and their friends told their friends. And then I go to a different job and I meet those people, and I was like, oh yeah, my homegirl or my cousin told me that this guy named Mike does sumo. I'm like, Mike what? It's like Mike Wisham or something like that. Like, sounds familiar. And I'm like, that's probably me they're talking about. And then they look at me and they'll be like, no way. I'm like, yeah. And then I showed them the video and they're just incredibly amazed at what I do at these tournaments and with the people I face. I'm like, yeah, I'm a little guy, but I give them a run for their money. So people now see it and they are amazed. Not because I'm black and just doing a sport. It's because I'm black and I'm doing it and I'm good at it.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. So people, the sumo community is extremely small, right? Like the scheme of things. Even on the global stage, sumo is pretty small. Do you think what do you think is the biggest misconception of your sumo?
My sumo, personally?
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question. Because I usually don't get too many. I'm actually not sure on that one. People usually know what to expect from my sumo. It's really not a surprise.
So when they're expecting it, is there nuances that you think that they're missing? Because like if any miscellaneous lightweight through light heavyweight, because honestly, like most people from that will watch you. I don't think heavyweights even care that we exist. But but since you popped into the light heavyweight world and kind of bounced around from there, and you always look like you might be a super large lightweight, I think that people right off the bat would go, oh, he's strong. But that's not the exclamation point of your sumo. There's other nuances, right? What do you think those other nuances are?
One thing I don't tend to show much in my sumo against the bigger guys is my footwork. I think there's only one guy I ever face, or two people I ever face, where I have to actually be quick in any capacity, and that's you and Edo. Otherwise, I'm pretty solid and still because I don't have to think as much. It's more against other people. I don't have to think as much, but against you and Edo, I have to fire and be prepared for anything and move and all that good stuff.
For different reasons, right?
Oh yeah, JJ is so technically sound, it's insane, and so is Edo, and Edo is just as strong. So it's like facing a copy that's like a whole 3 inches taller.
Yeah, Edo put on some mass, all the muscle mass, and I'm like, bro.
Yeah, he's insane.
Yeah,
but watching his training is what's helped me to improve mine because
that's why you're pushing cars.
What'd you say?
Is that why you're pushing cars?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm like, you know what? That's smart, and that's how I won the Olympia because I was pushing my SUV for like 30 minutes to an hour a day, but now I do it for 30 minutes to an hour after basic training, as opposed to separately.
If you medal this year, what would that represent to you personally?
It will be a testament to my diligence and unyielding effort because at the end of the day, like I say, in this sport, I'm among the shorter people. I'm not the shortest by a long shot, but I'm among the smaller ones. And I want to show the people smaller than me that, look, this is possible. Even amongst the bigger people, because there's still some smaller guys who text me and say, hey, how are you able to beat these bigger guys? And I'm like, my training is nothing special. I just use heavier weights and that's it. But they have to get in the mindset that if you're going to get insane results, you have to train insane and it's going to hurt.
Heck yeah. All right, Mencken, this is the time for your question.
All right. My one question that I will ask, well, sometimes I ask 2 or 3, but this is my one set question that JJ stole once on a different interview.
Hold on. Can you bring the microphone closer to your face so people can hear you? I don't think that's
Oh.
working, but it's okay. Just
Oh.
say stuff louder.
What? This is the same microphone as. Okay, I think it too close is not good. Further back is better. Here is better.
Sure.
Here is better. Is this better?
Whatever. Just go.
All right, Mr. Mike Wisham. My one question I ask everybody that comes on for these national talks is, what is the goal for nationals for you this year?
Oh, the goal is simple: to dominate and to assert myself in this chain of hierarchy. You will not forget that Magic Mike was at nationals this year. But I want that to be earned and not given through praise. I want you to see it, and that's the only thing you can say.
So when we talk about the color of the medal, you're saying what color?
Gold, for sure.
Gold. Now my
But I
face is
hope
like,
to earn it.
now I'm
Lincoln,
like,
you look terrible. You look terrible, bro. It's only getting worse. Oh God.
There we go.
Thank you. Scary. Yeah. I felt like we had nope, I'm not gonna say an inappropriate joke.
Oh no.
I came very close. All right, so this is the opportunity for you to say whatever you would like. I'm gonna give you a one shot. So whatever you like, even if you sing a song, it's all good.
Ooh. I know exactly what I want to say. To all the clubs all across the U.S., we'll never be better than the foreigners if we don't train harder. Stop training so soft. Justin, train harder. JJ, train your people harder. Do not let them be scared of hard work. Peace.
Once I get my hands on you, it's over. You better be ready, ain't no order. I might be too much for you to handle. Especially if I get you